Aspiration, formation, lost in the corridors of higher education. Absent concept of our own disrupted identity. Our cultural construct given no real validity. Galton's theory, small brains and low IQs, presented as fact, meaning we can't challenge these views. We're talking about education and having ability, specifically academia. Seems like you've got to be nobility. That's not being noble, don't get confused. Arguably, this all began with travel and power to abuse, with Eurocentric teachings telling half the story. The educational gaze fixed on white male glory. It's a never-ending story, but we'll tell it today. The impact. Now you know that it's based on the fact that just 85 professors and nearly 20,000. The stats don't lie, so how does that sound? And why is it my professor isn't black? Let's move that mountain and start to change that. Only yesterday there was an article in the news trying to understand how we clean up the mess, which nobody read. Re-educate the educators. Start again, it said. The 1-year contract, a disproportionate deal. Our race-related legislation says we can appeal, so we're appealing to the powers, whoever they may be. Just open up the doors and action the policies. Lazy recommendations go from here to nowhere. A silent stare glares into our face, and mostly it's hard to bear. Faceless apathy barring the achievers. Chocolate box prospectuses. Who's pulling those levers? We're all believers and we all chew the fat. Forget your opinion. Just 85 professors and nearly 20,000. The stats don't lie, they're so profound. And why is it my professor isn't black? Let's open the debate and start to change that. Change that. Business buzzwords, edgeless universities, capturing the dream based on structured inequalities. Psychological violence to the self as we lose our cultural foundation. To gain an education, politicians, please address the situation. We already have the legislation written on scrolls, inked in pen. It just hasn't become a realization. Fact is, there's a lack of black in education. Even with tokenistic equality, we should still remain accountable. Take responsibility because our presence in the classroom validates our legitimacy. Remove unconscious bias, then we might see some progressiveness. But right now just 85 professors and nearly 20,000. The stats don't lie, they're so profound. And why is it my professor isn't black? Let's push the debate and start to change that. Just 85 professors and nearly 20,000. The stats don't lie, so how does that sound? And why is it my professor isn't black? Let's move the mountain and start to change that.